Our first Munchies episode was so popular, we thought we'd bring it back again. Today, Munchies, the sequel, the Super Bowl sequel. 5 things in short order so you can see how to make them. They're all easy, and hopefully you'll do them for the Super Bowl. Or whenever you've got the Munchies, because why the hell not? Here's my list. We're making grilled PB&Js. Fabulous. We're making lobster mac and cheese. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients, I think. We're making shepherd's pie. God. And a very simple version of it. And we're making Philly cheesesteak egg rolls. Because why the fuck not? We'll start with the egg rolls. Into a hot pan, put a little avocado oil, and then some diced onions and green peppers. We just want to start this softening. To a proper cheesesteak, I would normally keep the peppers and the onions in long pieces, not diced up like this. But because they're going to be in an egg roll situation, you don't want to take a bite and have a long piece of onion or pepper come out. That's a hassle. I always say, think about how something is being served. That will keep your food being built the right way. I want to add some mushrooms to this, so I've got some cremini mushrooms. I've taken out the stem, and you can see I'm just cutting these guys up. So just a quick few slices one way, the other way. It's all good. And then we'll add these. Just as they begin softening, in goes some ground beef. Look, I know thinly sliced ribeye is the traditional thing, but trying to make these easy and easy to eat. So just mix. And when the ground beef is browned nicely, it's almost done, we're gonna add some salt and pepper. A little splash of Worcestershire. Mix it through. When it's perfect, we take it off and let it cool a bit. While we're waiting for the inside of the spring rolls to cool, I was at the supermarket today and I'm buying the ingredients, including mushrooms that are loose in a case. So I'm taking them and putting them in my bag. I drop one, and there's a produce guy standing about 3 feet away, and he picks it up, and of course I imagine he's just gonna throw it out, and he doesn't. He picks it up and he throws it back into the bin of mushrooms. So I look at him and I go, "Did you just want to throw that out?" He goes, "Well, I always tell my customers just make sure you wash them well before you use them." And I go, "You're not supposed to wash mushrooms." Because you're not, because they're like little sponges. If you get them from the store and they're dirty, you're to take a paper towel or a cloth and wipe the dirt off. That bird agrees with me. You're not meant to wash them, they'll just soak in water. And they already have enough water and you don't want that. He goes, "Oh, well, I don't like mushrooms anyways." "But you're selling mushrooms," I said. It pissed me off. So you should know. Don't let some guy in a store tell you you should wash your mushrooms, because you shouldn't. I found that so annoying. He didn't care. Honestly, he didn't care. Just because the guy's got an apron on that says produce doesn't mean he knows what he's talking about. God knows where he was working a day before.
Fucking bird.
It's okay. Max is pissed at the bird. All right, this is cool. Let's roll up our Philly cheesesteak rolls. First, we need to deal with some provolone. So we'll open the pack like that. Get some slices out. Easier said than done, apparently. There we go. See how simple that was? Now we want to take some of these. They're fine if they're doubled. And we're going to make pieces like this. Strips that are going to go in our egg rolls. Do a couple of these. Take them, put them here, and now we begin. And we're using spring roll wrappers. Classic, everyday spring roll wrappers. And here's how I want to do this. I'm gonna take some of the ground beef, put it here, spread it out, get a couple pieces of the cheese, like this, and we roll. So I'm gonna take this corner closest to me over the top, snug it back, 1/2 a roll, then take the edges, bring them in, roll it away from me, and this little existing tip, the little leftover corner, I'm gonna take some water, moisten, and seal it up. There you go, one little egg roll. That I'm now gonna put on a baking sheet lined with parchment, the seam side down, and continue. Cheese, roll over the top and pull back, a little 1/2 a roll, edges come in, roll it away from you, moisten the corner, continue, and on the parchment. You want to try and make them as snug as you can. A loose egg roll is not fun. It's just gonna bust or something, I don't know. Love these. Now that you know you can make cheesesteaks out of them, you can put anything in them. Corned beef, chicken, buffalo chicken egg rolls you could do with the sauce, be very popular. Anything, literally anything. But have some kind of melty cheese component, because that'll be nice when you take a bite out of them.
Beefy enchilada.
Beefy enchilada egg rolls, exactly. Now you get just a little light coating of oil on the top. Help them get a little extra crispy inside. When everybody's covered, we whisk them off to a 350 oven for about 20-25 minutes to get golden and crispy. Now that the gardeners have started again, we're gonna make a shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie. So look, here's our ingredients. Ground beef, like in the egg rolls, frozen vegetables, store-bought mashed potato, and we're gonna make a little thick brothy gravy thing and pretty much call it a day. Start by throwing some of these in our hot pan. And go a few carrots and peas, a little hit of oil, and let the defrosting begin. Not gonna take long. And after about 2 minutes, we'll add our ground beef. Just break this up and let this start to cook. That hurt.
Ooh, that gotta hurt.
Oh yeah, it did. Oh, it's gonna leave a mark. Little salt and pepper. A bit more. In the middle, I'm gonna add a little garlic. And I have this squeeze one that I forget about. That makes it nice and easy. Let it start to get fragrant before we mix it in. And on top of that, a little tomato sauce. On top of that, a little tomato paste out of a tube. Easy to keep in your fridge. And we mix these together. Yum. I'm really looking forward to this. The meat's done, the garlic's in, the paste is in. Let's add some beef broth. The goal is to make this a nice, thick kind of gravy. We'll let it start to heat through. And of course, it's too liquidy right now. And just as it starts to warm up, we're gonna add some cornstarch that we stirred in with some water. And this will help thicken beautifully. Let it do its thing for a minute or two and you'll see how it looks. And with the gardeners in the background, this has gotten thick and lovely. Let's put it into our pan. Gorgeous. We take our oven receptacle, which in this case is a little cast iron pan. And we bring our shepherd's pie insides over and fill it up. Look how glorious this is. It's beautiful already. Now, our packaged mashed potatoes, store-bought. I mean, if I've done this much work, I think I can use somebody else's mashed potatoes, right? So I just want to take them and mash them up a bit. And when they're soft enough that the gardeners would be happy with them, on they go. One last thing on top, just a tiny bit of smoked paprika for a little color. Just a bit. Oh, and of course taste. And when it's where you want it, off we go to a 350 oven. It's lobster mac and cheese time. 1, 2, 3, I think 3 ingredients. Packaged mac and cheese. And a white one, because I like the way it looks. A lobster tail. A big one, because I like the way it looks. Old Bay seasoning that will make it better. And some panko breadcrumbs to throw in the oven and make the top all crispy and beautiful. Oh, fine, a little green chive on top, and then that's it. So, let's prep the tail first, shall we? Here's what we do. Here's the tail. Looks like this. Very nice. This guy's about 12 ounces, I think. So, I'm gonna grill him before it goes in the mac. Here's how I prep them. Take a good sturdy pair of kitchen shears, and I'm gonna stick the scissor tips underneath the shell, but above the lobster meat, like this. And I'm gonna cut up to the tail. Trying to not cut into the lobster yet. And then we get, here. See, what you've done is you've just busted them open a little bit. Now I take a knife, put the knife in here. I'm gonna cut down, but not through this breastplate. And watch. Then you just take your hands and you bust the kid open, okay? Simple?
Beautiful.
Simple. Great. Here's what we want to do. Take a little melted butter and just paint right on this beautiful white lobster flesh. Oh boy, I'm gonna like this.
Did you have to call it flesh?
It's flesh. Little salt and pepper. And this kid is going on the grill. On he goes, on his back first. We're gonna let him start to get some color underneath. The shell, well, right now is this dark grayish black, will start to get red. Everybody will get nice, and then we'll flip them over onto the meat side, or the flesh side. So for now, we're just gonna give them a little close and put the macaroni in. Don't forget, always stir. Pasta, macaroni, anything like this. You always stir when it first goes in, or it has the potential to stick, clump, and ruin. And look it, he's almost there, really. Here's the backside. There's that beautiful red that I promised. Isn't it gorgeous? So let's do this. Let's give him one more little paint with the butter. And then it won't take long, but I do like what some grill marks can do to some lobster. So just a couple minutes and we're there. I like them to sit a little flatter. Sometimes crunch. A little pan on top will help. Just like that. Just for a tiny bit. Let's have a look. Just a little look at. Okay, that's gorgeous. That's all I needed. Now we wait for the macaroni. And while we wait for the macaroni, the little pot that I had the butter in that I put on the lobster, I'm gonna put a little panko in here. Panko breadcrumb. Mix it up. Just to coat it a bit. Give it a tiny bit of salt and pepper. And this will go on top of our mac in the oven. Little crunch, little browning, little perfectness. Now that the mac's ready, let's attend to that. We start with our drained macaroni and cheese in a pot and add the packaged sauce. Sorry, the packaged powder. But look, when you see how this all comes out in the end, you'll be happy. This gets a quick mix. We add a couple tablespoons of butter. More mixing, a little milk. But I'm using a little bit less milk than it calls for because I'm gonna add a little vermouth just to change the flavor in a most delicious way. This gets mixed more. Now some Old Bay seasoning. Classic seafood, shrimp, lobster edition. A few good shakes of this. We're gonna let that sit for a sec and play with our lobster. So here we are. Here's our little friend. All you wanna do is put your finger between the meat and the shell, like this. Look how gorgeous it is. And it comes out on both sides. Cooking lobster is not a big deal. And really, I think that grilling it is the right thing to do. So let's do this. Let's cut some pieces. You kind of want decent chunks in here, you know? You know? I'm telling you, the vermouth is wafting up from that hot mac. Never made this before, but you know I'm gonna be making it again. And now we take our mac, little stir, start dropping pieces in. I want to keep a few out because I really want a couple pieces sitting on top so that it is very obviously lobster mac as opposed to not. A nice mix. We put our cast iron pan here. Everything goes in. Everyone goes in. Gorgeous. We take our panko crumbs. Yum. Oh my God. Panko. Don't need it all, but and a couple beautiful pieces right there. There's no question. Hello, 350 oven. And here we are. I'm like a proud parent. It always amazes me how beautiful these things are when I bring them out of the oven. And they are freaking beautiful. They're gonna be hot as balls, but I must deal with them. I must. Let's take this guy. Ow. Ow. And now if I must, crispy, golden brown. Amazing. Should I try to cut him?
Yeah.
Yeah. No burning the F out of myself. And you always want to cut on an angle if you can. Okay. I don't want to F it up. Let me finish.
Wow.
There he is. I want a bite. They're really hot. I don't think I can do it. But I must do it. Oh, fuck. All right. First one out of 5. Damn it, this is a good start. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Shepherd's pie. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, brother. Look at this kid. I love it when this happens. When it bubbles up around the edge. God.
Remember that one we had in London? Oh,
London.
it was in our London top 10.
Oh, look at how delicious. Just the, look at it. The saucy nature of the whole thing. Potatoes a little crispy on top. Mm-mm. It was a fucking terrible mistake. That's one of the best things I've eaten in a long time. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not kidding. With shitty frozen peas and carrots, that beef broth, little tomato paste, and garlic. Store-bought mashed potatoes. Please. Please, you have to. You have to. Okay, today's round of munchies might be a little bit more work. But don't you and your munchy appetites deserve it? I think so. The next one, didn't really think it needed a whole lot of explanation because as you can see, it's peanut butter and jelly. But what makes it amazing, what makes it stand out, what makes it spectacular, what makes it maybe the best munchie food of all time is that we're gonna grill it like a grilled cheese. And the peanut butter and the jelly melt and ooze together and the outside gets crispy and it becomes a thing of fucking glory. Here we go. Okay. This. Just like a grilled cheese. Just like a grilled cheese. And just like a grilled cheese. And on the flat top.
Yes.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. That's the magic.
Now's the time to spark one up for this PB&J.
Stop it. And while they're on, then you just butter the top. And you wait till they're perfect underneath. And when it's time, oh, it's time. Look at this, look at this. I'm gonna tell you right now, you may be looking at these things thinking it's a stupid invention, Sam. What's the big deal? Well, I'm telling you, regardless of the time of day, doesn't need to be anywhere near 420. This is seriously one of the greatest things ever.
But like I said, if you want to spark one up, right now's the time.
But of course it never hurts. And I use blackberry jelly in this. I mean, do what you want, but come on, people. We can do better than strawberry, I think. It's time. Kind of looks grilled cheese from here, but inside, there's some frickin' magic going on.
All right, Dad.
So let's just go here. Do you see what's happening? Do you see this one? It's starting to lava out slowly by itself. This is for me. I'm trying to think if somebody blindfolded me and went this under my nose. I don't know if I'd know what it was, but I'd know it was about to be bloody amazing. Oh, God. Should we do something? Young Chance has never tried this before. Do we want to introduce him to the people?
I think so.
Chance, come here. This is Chance, everybody. He doesn't speak, he's a mute. We only hire mutes. He can't speak.
Hello, everybody.
Chance is our assistant. Do we want to say that Max's assistant?
Our assistant.
Chance is our assistant, not really mine, isn't doing anything for me. I mean, except he does things around here excellently, but mostly Max uses him. But when we talked about this, he goes, I've never heard of that before. It's all you, bro.
First time.
Are you lying?
It's incredible.
Thank you.
I don't think I can ever go back to normal PB&J.
You can't. No. Should I tell him he's got peanut butter and gel on his chin?
I'm saving it for later. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's the dumbest, best thing ever. Dumbest, best thing ever. But wait, 2 more things we have to try. Starting with the mac and cheese. Oh my God, the inside of the house smells like a freaking 4-star mental kitchen in New York. The lobster, the vermouth, the cheese. And look. Look it. Look it. I don't know if you can hear that. It's just a little crunch on top. That's the reason you put that there, for just an extra little bit of texture. Steam. Lobster. Ow, crap. Hey now. What? And the smell. The addition of the vermouth just made like a $2.59 pack of macaroni go way up to here. Of course, a $12 lobster tail is not going to hurt, but oh boy, it's so hot, I can't believe it. Okay. It's freaking delightful. It's freaking delightful. Don't forget, we added the Old Bay. 1 pack of the macaroni, a lobster tail, Old Bay, vermouth, panko. 5 ingredients. Sam, that's not munchy food. Oh, you want to bet? You want to bet? This, my friends, is everything you want it to be. And more. One more thing. I got again. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the end, the dessert. The puff pastry slices that have turned themselves into pillowy, crispy bites. And I know you're thinking, Sam, that looks nothing like a churro. I'm about to make them look more like that. So here's what we do. We take a bowl, we put in cinnamon sugar. It's probably 60% sugar, 40% cinnamon. And we take one of our little sticks, crispy on the bottom, light, golden, beautiful on top, and we do this. You want to do this while they're warm because everything sticks better. And you just coat it a bit, and you lift it up and you go, oh, who says I don't look like a churro? That's a frickin' churro. And I made it myself. And it's 3 ingredients, so kiss my ass. Anybody that wants to argue? You bring these out at the end of your food extravaganza with your friends, halftime in the game, late night. You keep puff pastry like this in your freezer. There's different brands, We're not pimping these guys. You keep it in your freezer. You can take it out and let it defrost naturally. It takes about 40 minutes. Or you wrap one of these in paper towels, about 30 seconds, 15 seconds aside. Do this to it. I'm gonna be a freaking star. A Munchie star. We did good today. Shepherd's pie, Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, macaroni and cheese with lobster, grilled PB&Js, and these guys. We're making your food life better, whether you want to admit it or not. Okay, go away now. It's my wife's birthday. I have to go celebrate.